This big cat is a PSA. The Marriott must be held accountable. Do not stay at the Town Place Suites by Marriott in New Orleans. I am exposing the absolute disgraceful treatment I received at the Town Place Suite by Marriott, downtown Canal Street, New Orleans. This hotel robbed me of my dignity, my health, and my peace of mind. If you are considering staying here, let me warn you, the Marriott does not care about its guests, especially if you are disabled, traveling alone, black, and a woman. Health hazard. The filthy room and disgusting toilet. Upon arriving at the hotel on the 20th of February 2025, I was placed in room 103, where I immediately discovered the feces buildup under the toilet rim. The toilet had not been cleaned for a long time, making it a serious health hazard. As a woman, sitting on an unsanitary toilet put me at risk, yet this is what Marriott deemed acceptable for paying guests. I have photographic evidence of the filth. Would you stay in a hotel that allowed this? Public humiliation and staff mistreatment. I rightfully complained about the room, only to be humiliated in front of the guests in the hotel reception area. I spoke privately with the general manager, David Henson, explaining the feces buildup, my medical condition, and the unauthorized $300 charge taken from my debit account for incidentals I had no intention of using. Instead of addressing my concerns, Mr. Henson retreated to his office and refused to return. Rather than handling the situation professionally, he weaponized at least 4 black staff members against me to make it seem like I was the problem. I was crying in the hotel with my luggage out, treated like a trespasser instead of a paying guest. I was so distressed that I had to take my clobber girl in front of staff and the guests to lower my blood pressure, fearing I'd have another stroke. Even after witnessing this, they did not care. I felt like I was going to die in that hotel lobby on the 20th of February 2025, alone in a foreign country with none of my children around me. The general manager was supposed to meet me on my last day of the 25th of February 2025 to apologize. He left early before I checked out. He left the company credit card to pay for my taxi back to the airport. Yes, they have apologized in many emails sent to me, but apologies not enough. Not for the humiliation, disrespect, disregard, not even taking into account my medical issues. The hotel was unsafe. I felt trapped. I was unable to go on any of the planned tours because of this experience at the hotel. It traumatized me. The only time I left was to buy gifts at Riverwalk for my children and to get food from the Golden Wall Chinese restaurant. Other than that, I stayed locked in my room, crying and unsafe. When they finally moved me to room 912, the manager, Cassandra Franklin, assured me that housekeeping and maintenance had checked everything. That was a lie. Upon entering the room, I first looked at the toilet bowl rim to see if there was any feces buildup. There was none of that in there. However, within 15 minutes of being in the room, I discovered that the heating was broken and I had to call reception for maintenance to come and repair it. Did Miss Franklin not say to me that housekeeping and maintenance had checked the room before I got in there? On the 23rd of February, I realized I had no internet left on my roaming. So I attempted to use the internet box in my room. I was unable to use the internet box because there was never one put in my room. They sent somebody called Cedric to check out the whole of the room, and there was no internet box in that room. He confirmed it. Disability discrimination. Ignored my medical conditions. I'm a medically retired immigration officer and I provided proof of my disabilities, including osteoarthritis, fibromyalgia, and my stroke that I had on the 2nd of July 2024. I provided all of the medical proof, which I wrote in an email on the 20th of February 2025 to the CEO of the Marriott. This was the first time that I was traveling this level of distance from my home since my stroke. I was already vulnerable and their treatment only made things worse. I was at the hotel from the 19th of February 2025 until the 25th of February 2025. They placed me on the 11th floor knowing I needed accommodations. Fraudulent exploitation, unauthorized charges. They took £300 from my debit account for incidentals, immediately took that money from my account. And they wanted to charge me $8.95 per day for internet. Yet, my room did not have an internet box. I was promised a room change to fix the issues, but it never happened. The Marriott Hotel ruined my entire trip. This was supposed to be my first solo trip for peace and to experience a different culture and to learn new things since I had my stroke. Instead, I spent the entire time locked in my room crying and feeling unsafe. I never got to go on any of the tours because I was too humiliated and traumatized of this treatment. If they had refunded my money immediately, I could have moved to another hotel and salvaged my trip. I felt I was going to die in that foreign country, in that hotel lobby, completely disregarded, disrespected, and traumatized by the Marriott. Final warning to you other traveling big cats. Do not, I repeat, do not stay at the Marriott on Canal Street. Do not stay at this hotel. If this is how they treat paying guests, especially those with disabilities, imagine what they're going to do to you, big cat. The Marriott must be held accountable. I will not stop exposing this disgusting behavior until they face real consequences for the trauma they caused me, because you will never forget how someone made you feel.